Hi, welcome to part 2 of a series on moving to Orlando. In this series, we share our journey of moving from Washington State to Orlando, Florida, from concept to completion. In this episode, we'll cover the pros and cons of living in Florida. This series will be good for those considering moving to Florida. Be sure to check out our first video on moving to Orlando, how we decided we're moving to Florida. I will put the link in the description below.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
Hi, I'm Mike. Here we go. The pros of living in Florida. The Sunshine State. It's always sunny most of the time in Florida, but not here in Washington. We're moving from Washington, and most of the time it's cloudy here.
Rainy, cloudy.
In the
cold.
winter time, it doesn't get real cold here, but it rains sideways with wind.
It's cold.
And in Florida, you have 2 seasons, summer and hot summer, right?
Yeah, it's going to be really hot, but it's going to be warm. So I'm going to like that, and I'm tired of the cold, damp weather here. My bones don't like it.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to lots of sunshine, and we'll probably get more exercise because we can go out and go for walks. Go
At Epcot.
Yeah, at Epcot. go to theme parks. Go walk at Disney Springs. Go to dinner at a restaurant, whatever. Okay, one of the cons of living in Florida: bad drivers and traffic.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad drivers and a lot of traffic.
So we don't live in Florida yet, but we've been there on vacation 15 times over the past 25 years. And we also went there in January, and we did a lot of driving around, even little towns around Orlando that the tourists don't usually go to. And one thing we really noticed when we did that is all the bad drivers on I-4. The traffic on I-4 is horrible. I think it's because there's a lot of tourists and all the construction on I-4 going on right now. People will just cut you off. They'll cut across 4 lanes of traffic to try to get that exit. I don't know why they do that, but just driving around a few days, we almost got hit like 2 or 3 times, people trying to cut into our lane. And then there's the toll roads, the Florida Turnpike, but there's ways to deal with that. You can we're looking at a place to live that's maybe off of the turnpike somewhere, so we can try to avoid having to commute on I-4 to and from work.
Yeah.
Local residents there get a sun pass for the toll road, so you just pay your bill through your credit card monthly.
You don't have to stop at the booth.
And yeah, you don't have to stop at any of the booths and put coins in there. There's a funny story about that one time. We accidentally, as a tourist there heading to Disney Park, turned onto a toll on ramp, and all of a sudden there was a sign that said 50 cents and change, and I checked my pockets. I didn't have any change, and I asked my wife Cindy, I said, do you have 50 cents? And she said no. And then I'm like asking the kids in the back seat, do you have 50 cents? And they were like, no. And then the cars behind us started honking, honk, honk. I'm like, I don't know what to do. There was no attendant there. It just said 50 cents. And there was no turnaround. You couldn't go back. I was about to just hit the gas and go, and somebody in the back seat.
I think one of the kids managed to find a bunch of change in the bottom of their backpack.
Yeah, and I'm going to put a link in the description below, a funny YouTube video of this angry grandpa. His teenager kids are in the car with him. It's in Florida. He pulls up to a toll booth, and he can't find the change, and they're recording it, and they're laughing, and oh, it's just so funny. It's comedy. I'm going to put the link. Go ahead and watch that if you're interested.
The next pro of living in Florida is abundant outdoor recreation. There's a lot of state parks. There's bike paths that go for miles. There's swimming pools everywhere. Golf courses, mini golf courses, and of course the theme parks where you can go be outdoors, but you're, playing in the theme parks. But there's tons of a lot of outdoor recreation.
That's definitely a pro of living in Florida. Right now we still live in Washington State, and 9 months out of the year it rains, and we're indoors sitting at the computer watching TV. Probably not real good exercise wise, so we're looking forward to that, living in Florida. A lot of our leisure time is going to be outdoors doing things, going places, going to the theme parks a lot, obviously. But there's state parks. You can go to Gatorland. You can tour wildlife preserves.
Take an airboat ride through the Everglades.
Yeah.
Go swim with the manatees.
Yeah.
There's manatees. And they're very gentle.
Yeah.
And of course things like dolphins and that type of thing also.
Yeah. So outdoor recreation, yes.
Yes, lots of it.
Okay. Another con of living in Florida: bugs, snakes, alligators, yuck! Why would you want to go there?
They do have some really icky bugs.
Around here that people have free range chickens in their yard, like, hey, I got free range chickens. Well, in Florida, they got free range alligators. Yeah.
That's not even a joke.
It's not even a joke. The joke's on you. So love bug season is in March and September. And what love bugs are is an invasive species. They just swarm all over.
They're harmless. They're not a dangerous bug, but
they don't bite.
But they do make a mess of your car.
Yeah, there can be snakes and cockroaches and spiders, right?
Yeah, and there has been known to be, pythons in certain areas.
Oh, yeah, I want to pretend they're not there. We'll talk about that. Okay.
The next pro on our list is the food. There's an abundance of restaurants, for one, at the theme parks, at just driving up and down the main roads. There's every kind of chain restaurant you could think of, but the theme parks really have some really good food.
And as far as restaurants, Disney Springs has a whole bunch of restaurants all at one place.
Yeah.
There's plenty of free parking. So the next con is sinkholes. Yay! So you might just be sleeping one night and all of a sudden your house just gets swallowed in a big hole caused by a cavity of limestone under Florida.
It's happened.
Sinkholes can just open up and swallow your house, half your city block. If you buy a new house there, you usually want to get sinkhole insurance. Okay, so another pro of living in Florida is the cost of living, housing costs. We're used to living in the Northwest, and we found that the cost of living in Orlando area is cheaper. Mm-hmm. Here we have 8.3% sales tax in Long Beach where we live, in Washington, and in Orlando it's 6.5%. So lower state sales tax, no state income tax in Florida. We've noticed that new housing is cheaper in Florida than it is here in the Northwest. Another con of living in Florida is hurricanes. Oh no!
Yikes.
Yikes. So in September 2017, Hurricane Irma went through Central Florida, and it did cause Disney World to be shut down for a day. Central Florida, the Orlando area, is inland enough that even when a hurricane kind of goes by or over it, it doesn't get the direct damage like they do on the coasts.
Yeah.
But it comes through as a fierce tropical storm, that's for sure, and can cause roof damage, palm trees be knocked over and stuff.
Yeah.
But
power
outage for a few days or a week or whatever. You know,
At least a hurricane, you know when it's coming.
yeah, you see the hurricane
Earthquakes.
coming. If it's really going to be bad, if you want, you can evacuate.
Yeah.
You have insurance for the, you know, your house, and the construction of the houses are really good. The new construction now, they build the exterior walls of the house out of like cinder block that's reinforced with rebar and cement. And everything is strapped down, tied down, 140-mile-an-hour wind-resistant roofs. And
The next pro to living in Central Florida is Christmas decorations. And if anyone knows me, they know I love Christmas decorations. And I love decorating the outside of the house and the inside of the house. But where we live now, wintertime is just a bunch of rain and sideways rain and wind, and the Christmas decorations that you put outside just blow down the street. So they just don't work here.
in Florida,
But
it's 80 degrees in Christmas.
80, right, it'll be 80 degrees. It can be 80 degrees, and you can go out and look at Christmas lights and the Christmas trees at Disney Springs and all the other Christmas decorations at all the resorts.
The fake snow with snow
The fake
made out of snow bubbles.
The snow bubble soap snow, which is really kind of fun because it'll be really warm out, and you can just go out and play in the fake snow and look at all the Christmas decorations. So I'm excited about Christmas, and the theme parks just really have so many really neat Christmas decorations and special shows and parties. And so if you like Christmas, Central Florida is a really good place to be.
Okay, another con of living in Florida is crime. Like, weird crime sometimes. Like, man chews another man's face off, high on bath salts, or something like that. It's just all kinds of weird stuff. You know, there's crime in every city. Everywhere there's crime. You can kind of pick where you want to live, find a neighborhood that doesn't have as much average crime as somewhere else. So look around, pick a neighborhood you're comfortable with, and don't go out at 3 a.m. You know, I don't.
No, unless you're coming home from New Year's at Epcot. Then it might be 3 a.m.
Okay.
The next pro to living in Central Florida is hospitals and cancer centers. Unfortunately, this is something I have to think about, considering I'm surviving stage 4 cancer and I'm still having treatments for I don't know how long. And I'll be needing tests and scans probably for the rest of my life to prevent it from coming back. So having good cancer care is important to me. And in that area, there's several nationally ranked cancer centers and hospitals. There's a Mayo Clinic up in Tampa, up in Jacksonville, and there's H. Lee Moffitt in Tampa. So both of those are very highly ranked, and even the local cancer centers in Orlando, there's still an abundance of them right in the Orlando area.
Where we are now in Washington State, Southwest Washington, we're in a small rural county. And right now we're driving 185 miles every 3 weeks just to get to the Swedish Cancer Institute that we're going to in Issaquah. So,
which, by the way, I'm receiving excellent care there. It's just a long drive.
So we drive almost 400 miles round trip every 3 weeks for her cancer care. So if we drive to Tampa and back, that'll be nothing. We're not sure exactly where we're going to go. It could be someplace in Orlando. We haven't really decided yet because we're not quite moved there yet. So stay tuned. Another con of living in Florida is the extreme bad weather. Like it's really hot and humid in August. unbearably hot with the humidity. And in other places like, you know, Las Vegas, I've been there when it's 118, but there's no humidity.
Mhm.
And we've also been in Orlando in September when it was almost 100 degrees and 100% humidity.
Yeah.
And it was like you're melting on the face of the sun. It does get really hot in the summertime there. It's crazy hot in August. One of my daughters said, "I'm not moving to Satan's armpit." Yeah, I guess it could be kind of like that in a way.
Hot and humid.
Yeah, well, we'll just stay inside and turn on the AC.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. If it gets too
And
hot.
when you go to the theme park, just walk through the gift shop a little ways, you know, and then come back out.
But you go in the
cool
evening
off.
when it's cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, so even though it's hot there, in the morning it's cool, in the evening it's cool. I mean, it can be 8 o'clock at night and you don't need a jacket,
Yeah.
you know, so there's ways to deal with the heat, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 seasons there, summer and hot summer, and there's wet summer is May to October, and dry summer is November to April. You don't really get fall colors there in the fall here. The leaves change on the trees, and
Mhm.
autumn here is really pretty. It's not like 4 seasons there. But it also Florida. There's a lot of thunderstorms and lightning in late summer. It's the lightning capital of the world, of the U.S. In Florida. So lots of lightning. There's air conditioning in just about any building in your cars. Bring an umbrella with you because sometimes it's sunny in the morning and afternoon a cloud comes by and it showers, but then after that it's sunny again.
Yeah.
So overall the sun will shine more than it does here. We've been living in the wet Pacific Northwest our whole lives, and we're looking forward to that sunshine. So even though it's a con, we'll deal with it. One of the pros, close to Orlando International Airport. So where we live now, it's a 2-hour drive to Portland International Airport if we want to go fly somewhere. And in Orlando, we got an international airport right there. Mm-hmm. We can go visit family. They can come visit us. If we wanted to take a trip to Europe, the airport is right there.
Yes.
I'm not paying for it. You pay for it. And Disney cruises right out of Port Canaveral. When you are a Florida resident, and you can just hop over there and go on a last minute cruise. See if they have any last minute bookings. Mm-hmm. You can just, hey, let's go for a cruise. It's Friday, let's go for a 3-day cruise. Mm-hmm. You don't have to fly to get there. Just drive over there and get on the cruise ship. Sounds like fun to me. You want to go on a Disney cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been wanting to do that for a long time.
Okay.
One of the biggest cons is that our family will be far away. Like we mentioned in the last video, right now they're all a couple hours to, several hours away by car or by airplane right now, but they'll be a little further when we move across the country. Yeah.
And we don't have grandkids yet. But it'll probably come soon someday.
And then that's gonna be hard.
And then we'll.
It will be tough being away from our family. But we'll miss them, especially during holidays and whatnot. But hopefully we'll be able to either go to their place.
We're gonna go visit them. They'll come visit us.
They can come visit us.
Hey, we live in a fun place, so if they come visit us in Orlando, we can go to the theme parks. The weather can be nice in the wintertime.
Go fishing.
They come see us in December when it's 80 degrees and Christmas.
Yeah, when it's snowing at their place, so.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, definitely a thing to consider when you move to Florida is your family that still live back in your home state.
Yeah.
But, there's always ways to visit. You can talk on the phone. You can chat online. Lots of correspondence every day. It's still going to go on.
Yeah.
Okay. The biggest pro of moving to Orlando, isn't this why everybody moves there, right? Theme parks!
I think so.
Yay! Disney, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens in Tampa, Legoland, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot.
Plus all the water parks that go along with them.
Yeah, water parks, Volcano Bay at Universal. We stayed one time
That's
at
the
Cabana
best.
Bay with a view of the volcano water park. And, you know, at my age, I'm 52, I was like, oh, I don't really care about water parks. But then I saw Tim Tracker vlog about the Volcano Bay when it opened. And I was like, that looks like fun. And then we went there with some friends, and I was like, hey, let's go to Volcano Bay. It looks kind of fun. I never tried a water park before, but it was a blast.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care if we have a pool at our house in Florida. I don't want a pool. I don't want to have to clean that pool, pay for the maintenance on that pool. I want an annual pass to Volcano Bay, Universal, Walt Disney World.
Because even if you don't like the big water slides, there's also the lazy river.
The lazy rivers are fun. Even if you're not an adventure type of person that go up all those steps and go down the slide.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do the ones with the lay down on a mat. No, not me. But I love the ones with the inner tube, the tube slides,
And the aqua coaster.
The aqua coaster.
So much fun.
There's also, Disney has Typhoon Lagoon. So water parks, I'm into that now. It sounds like fun. That's, you know, when I go swimming, when we say, hey, let's go swimming, we're going to Volcano Bay or Typhoon Lagoon, I tell you.
Yeah.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens in August 2019 at Hollywood Studios. We've watched a lot of the Disneyland openings of that, and it's going to be a blast. The Millennium Falcon ride, Smuggler's Run, looks like fun.
Looks really fun.
There's so many hotels and resorts all around Walt Disney World, Disney hotels and resorts. They're opening a new Star Wars themed hotel right there at Hollywood Studios. It's totally immersive. It's like you're in space. All the windows are space. It looks like fun for those kids and families that go to that.
And not related to Star Wars, but they're opening a space restaurant in Epcot.
Yeah. A space restaurant in Epcot where it looks like that too. It's immersive where the windows look like it's space, and there's all kinds of fun new rides coming. The Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster at Epcot. At Epcot, they're also making a Ratatouille ride in France. They have the new gondola transportation system there. It's almost ready to open late this summer. And the Tron coaster at Magic Kingdom,
That looks really fun.
right there in Tomorrowland. That looks like it's going to be a blast. And how about that People Mover? I could just ride that every day.
Oh yeah, that's
People
the
Mover.
best. I love the People Mover.
Yeah, the People Mover ride.
It's also a great place to just relax.
Yeah, you know, when you vacation there, like we do, we go for 7 days or 10 days at a time. It's like Disney every day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Unless you're the type that stays late for the fireworks. When you live there and then just go there as your entertainment, your night out, it's a 4-hour thing. You can go there and
You go have dinner and then watch the fireworks, and she'll be home by bedtime.
Yeah, so after a day's work, go to Epcot and tour one of the countries and have dinner in Morocco, dinner in France, whatever you like, Mexico. It just sounds like a lot of fun, and you know it. That's why most people will say, "Hey, I think I'm going to move to Orlando." They just they like it.
Yeah.
They fall in love with it all. So that's one of the biggest reasons why we're moving to Orlando. Yeah.
One con that is going to take a little bit of getting used to for us is the fact that there's no mountains in Florida. There are some hills, which we were actually surprised to find. There are some hills.
Claremont.
In Claremont, but there are no mountains. I mean, we're used to Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier and Mount Hood and Mount Shasta.
I used to live on Mount Tabor in Portland, the only dormant volcano in a city in the United States.
Middle of the city, yeah, mountain, believe it or not. So, yeah, that's gonna be different. Not having mountains. We look out our front window at mountains. So
you know, you're all familiar with the tourist areas and around the theme parks and Kissimmee and Lake Buena Vista where the parks are. But then you start driving down the freeways a little bit of ways away, and then you see, oh, it's cow fields and orange groves. Everywhere, just cows and oranges and cows for miles and miles. Flat.
Of course, I don't mind oranges or cows.
Yeah, the produce is good. There's berries and oranges and
you
grapefruit.
can go. You pick
lemons.
Citrus fruit when you can grow citrus in your backyard, which is
blueberries, strawberries, cherries, lot of nice fruit there. So that's definitely not a con.
No, not really.
But the mountains, we're gonna miss those mountains, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We don't ski, snow,
We don't go to the mountains,
but
we like to look at them from a distance.
I'll just watch the Hallmark Channel in the wintertime and watch the snow on TV, right?
There you go.
Okay.
Or we'll go to downtown Disney and
fake snow.
Play in the fake snow.
Doesn't taste the same.
No, don't want to eat it.
Okay. So there you have it. All the pros and cons to living in Florida. Do you think we covered it?
I think we covered it pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tune in next week where the topic will be selling our house to move to Orlando, where we explain how we got our house ready for sale, put it on the market. So we're not really going to move until it's sold. So wish us luck. We plan on having a Moving to Orlando Q&A video later in the series. So if you're considering moving to Orlando or you have moved there and you have some advice or tips for us, please leave a comment down below so we can respond to your questions and comments. If you made it this far in the video, thanks! Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you will not miss any of the upcoming episodes. Remember, this is a series. Thank you for watching. See you in the great, big, beautiful tomorrow. We need some bloopers.
Yeah, we haven't done bloopers yet. We've been more well behaved.
Yeah. So, and then I'm not, you're going to want to make sure you get sinkhole insurance. So they can replace the house after you're gone, right?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
There'll be so much decorations everywhere. I don't have to climb up on the roof and staple on lights, right?
You may still have to.
No.
I don't know.
We'll just go see them at Disney. They got the giant shiny balls.
But you might live in a neighborhood that requires it, so.
And I thought I told that thing to don't ring. Hey, boo-boo!
What do you say we go get some picnic baskets?
But Yogi, the ranger wouldn't like it. You gotta have a funny one in there.
Yeah.
This dog is wagging his tail over here.
Also the dog. And if you hear a bang, it's probably the cat knocked something over.
The cat went zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
Jumps up on the wall and goes splat. I'm alright. I'm okay. Ah, good times, good times.